Hey, it's Kim, and I'm talking to you with my Q-tip hanging out of my mouth. Because I'll tell you what, healing is a fucking process. You know, it's very interesting how the body prioritizes. And, I've had this kind of, I don't know, probably a low level infection in my mouth for a while. And it didn't really ramp up until you know, after I was done with with the last process, which was kind of dealing with my anxiety and uh, panic and depression. I'm not sure about the depression. I'll have to review that, but I'm kind of feeling like that doesn't really speak to me. Anyway, today I was like, had to call an emergency dentist and actually ended up not canceling the appointment. What a nice guy. He was willing to come in and see me on a Saturday. But because I talked to my gal Noelle, my little functional nutritionist, we're going to just try to heal this naturally. So I've got, right now, I've got some oregano oil tempered with some coconut oil because this shit'll burn you. And I'm doing Epsom salts in hot water. I'm doing coconut oil with tea tree oil, some colloidal silver, and pieces of ginger. I just kind of like cut them up into little pieces and then chomp down on it. And I'll probably do some turmeric tonight. Do a little turmeric and some coconut oil and ginger and do that like in a tea. Because the coconut oil and the heat is actually what stimulates the active ingredient in turmeric. So yeah, it's we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I've looked at a number of YouTube videos and everybody's going on about how they can heal this thing. And of course there are always the naysayers. But I was told it's probably been maybe a couple of years now, if not a couple of years, at least a year and a half. I had a tarot card reading by this gal, Lindsay Mack. And at the time, it didn't resonate for me. I just was kind of like, yeah, whatever. But she went on about how I was really, really going to learn about healing. And, fast forward a year and a half, 2 years, and whole, whoa, Nelly, for shizzle, on so many levels. And today, obviously, I'm not crying, and I'm actually was outside. It's a beautiful late afternoon in the lovely Napa Valley, and puffy white clouds, and it rained a lot, so the air is clear. And I stood in the sun, and I actually had a moment where I felt good. So I'm going to hang on to that, and I'm not making any rash moves, but I am looking for some therapies to deal with some of the childhood trauma. And trauma is such a loaded word. Like, I tend to discount my experience because, it wasn't ritual sexual abuse. So I tend to think, well, how bad could it have been? I mean, I could survive that. But I remember some pretty traumatic moments, and there's probably a lot of stuff I don't remember. So I think it's important in the healing process to, resolve those things as an adult and to help the subconscious heal. So I'm looking into things like EMDR. I've been doing some hypnotherapy. I'm not sure she's the one for this particular process. Certainly EFT, and there's some other therapies, but it seems like EMDR is the one that keeps coming up for me. So finding somebody qualified to do that with me seems like what's up next. So, as soon as I deal with this thing I got going on, I will, I'll move on to it when it feels like the time is right. In the meantime, I'm, still pretty enthused about my AA experience. I feel like that's probably the cheapest therapy going. And I got myself a sponsor, as I said, and we're meeting on Monday. Today is a Saturday. I'll see her at a meeting tomorrow night, and I'm looking for a service commitment. So, yeah, I'm going to just do it, and I'm feeling pretty excited about it. As excited as I can get right now. So, yeah, I'm glad to be able to report that something other than the sky is falling. All right, take care.